Hey guys, Bill here, welcome back. I want to talk to you about this Holosun EPS that I've been shooting since the beginning of August. It's now toward the end of August. And I had originally wanted to put a duty optic on my Glock 34 and was gonna go with, I didn't want to spend $600 on the aim-point acro, and C&H Precision makes their version of the aim-point acro, they call it the duty, and it's like half the price. So for about a month straight, went on every single day looking for that optic. It was out of stock. There was one time I got an email alert that it was in stock. Within an hour of seeing the email, I went on to buy it and it was already out. So I was telling my buddy I was having a hard time finding a duty optic. Didn't want to go with the Holosun 508T, or excuse me, 509T. And he said, hey, check out the EPS. I've got two of them. I'll sell you one. I think you'll like it. And so we did some wheeling and dealing, and I got this Holosun EPS from him. This is the 2 MOA dot. Threw it on the 34, and within the first 2 magazines realized how much I really like this optic. It's the enclosed version that they make, and it will be replacing my 507Cs, 407Cs. It's a really awesome optic. I want to take you down a little bit closer and look at the things that I like about it. There's a few things I don't, but overall it's an awesome optic, and I want to show you specifically what it is I like about it and what I don't like about it. So let's take a closer look at that now. This is the Holosun EPS mounted on the MR920. I had it the first time that I got this red dot, I had it on my Glock 34, and I was not expecting the window size to be as generous as it is. This Holosun EPS window dimensionally is as tall as the aim-point acro, but wider than the aim-point acro. And you're getting a, substantially smaller optic than with the aim-point acro, or even with the Holosun 509T. So you're getting a really good, really great window size. This is the first thing that I like about this. This is why this will be taking over my CCW. This will be taking over on all my CCW guns from here on out, other than, of course, my main carry. I'm going to continue to carry the Trichicon SRO. It is just my favorite optic to date, but this is quickly becoming my favorite CCW optic, and I'll show you why. And the window size, it starts with the window size. So here's the window size. It's just large. It's a very, very large window size considering how small that optic is. Here it is with the 507C, 407C, 507C window size. And as you can see, I don't know if it's coming through on video right there. The camera of my phone is off to the right a little bit, so that's why you're seeing it here. If I put it more in the middle of the screen, it will show the light. So sorry if that's bothering you. I know it's not centered correctly, but here you can see that it's just a touch smaller than the 507, 407C as far as the height, but it is wider. I don't know how well that's coming in screen, but there it is. So that's with the 507C, 407C. Here is the 508T. And try to line it up very well. And then you can see that it is taller and wider than both of those options. All right, so let me bring it up. There it is. So just a touch taller. I don't know if you can tell, and wider, noticeably wider than the 508T. All right, so the window size is just very, very large for how small that object really is, right? So for how small, and then the footprint, is one of those small footprints. You're just getting a really, really large window size. So that's the first thing about this that makes me want to put this optic on all of my CCW guns, is that really large window size. The second thing about this optic that I really, really like, and just in most Holosuns in general, is that you're getting the Holosun features for such a generally relatively small amount of money. for the price that you're paying, you're getting all these awesome Holosun features. So you're getting the option of having a 2 MOA dot, a 6 MOA dot. You can always go with the multiple reticle features that you get with Holosuns. This one does not have the solar feature, but if you get the multiple reticle option, you can get that. You can go with a green dot. You can go with a red dot. You're going to get the shake awake feature. You're going to get the side loading battery tray, right? You get all those awesome Holosun features for if you're getting just the 2 MOA or 6 MOA red dot at Kinsey's Optics. I like buying at Kinsey's because if they're like a 10-minute drive up the road. So if I see a dot that I want at Kinsey's, I can just drive 10 minutes up the road and pick it up, right? So at Kinsey's, this EPS for the 6 or 2 MOA is $329. The aim-point acros are $600. The 509Ts are like plus $400, right? So this is a very, very good option. Now, if you want to get the multiple reticle option that has the solar, with the solar backup, auto mode, now you are looking at, closer to $400. But most people choose the dot only, and so you're not going to have that solar backup, and you're looking at $329 from Kinsey's Optics. You can actually find these a little bit cheaper if you're looking. But I mean, $329, you can get almost 2 of these for one aim point acro, all right? And then you don't end up with a huge mailbox on top of your gun. Now, the other really nice thing about this is you're getting a enclosed optic, right? So with the enclosed optics, if I want to wipe it off, I just run a shirt right over the top and it's clean. All right, that's why the enclosed optics are becoming so popular. Just run that shirt over there. You can even like double it like this, and it's clean. With the open emitters, all right, if I want to clean this one, I have to take my shirt, run it inside. See, my thumb won't even work, so I have to take my finger, run it in, clean it out like that. All right, run the front, run the back. And it's just a little bit more, takes a little bit more work. Plus there's gonna be, these are gonna catch a lot more debris, gonna have hair and more lint, whereas these enclosed emitters might get a little bit of hair on there, but it's gonna wipe right off, and you're gonna get less debris inside there than you are with an open emitter. Also for me, I shoot year round, and these open emitters will get water in them. All right, I've run a class before, a rifle class, where I was shooting and these open emitters got water in it and it was distorting the dot. And in the middle of shooting this class, I tried to take my shirt, which was also wet, and like clean it off, and I couldn't. And it was just like an ordeal. I had to stop shooting, find something dry, clean off the emitter, and then get back into shooting. And it's just not, if you're shooting a lot, that's just not a good option if you can avoid that by using an enclosed emitter. So the window size, the amount of features you get for the low price that you're paying for this optic, and then of course the enclosed emitter ability that you get with this, being able to clean it off, being able to keep the emitter mud, water, snow out. Those features. And then also the next thing that I really like about this is the deck height. All right. So, yes, it is a 507, 407K footprint. All right. That's one of the negatives about it that I don't like, but because it's such a small optic, and it does come with an RMR adapter plate, because the deck height is so small, even with the adapter plate, like if I were to put it on some of my RMR cut slides, like my Glock 17, for example, is cut for an RMR. I can use the adapter plate and this optic, and it's still going to co-witness with standard height iron sights. Okay, so because this deck height is so short, even if I have to use the RMR adapter plate that comes with the optic, I'm still going to be able to mount it and use standard height or maybe the Ameriglo GL 429s. Those, even with the adapter plate, are going to run a little bit high. I had it on this, you'll see in some of the video footage of me shooting. These are Ameriglo GL 429s. I had it on this gun with the MOS adapter plate, and these irons that co-witness with this 407-507C dot were too high. So even on this MOS slide with the 407K plate, or actually I think it was the EPS plate, but it's 407K footprint. Even with that plate, these Ameriglo 429s were coming up too high. I would still need standard height irons to co-witness with the EPS on this. I was running it on this while I was waiting on the adapter plate to come in. So here on the MR, DR, and XR 920s from Shadow Systems, you can mount it, but it has this gap in between. You can mount it directly to the slide, but it doesn't look good. So you can go online and order this adapter plate, and I call it a plate, but the plate doesn't mount to the slide. The Optic mounts directly to the slide still. So that's pretty cool. I like it. I enjoy not having this gap there. It just looks a little bit better. So while I was waiting on it, I had this EPS and I was running it on this Glock 19. And guys, it just shoots so good. You're getting a really big window size, a little bit bigger overall than the 407-507C. And the deck height allows you to co-witness with the standard irons. It's just a really, really awesome optic for that reason. Now, there are a few things that I don't like about it. All right, that footprint, like I was saying, I don't like the 407-507K footprint that it sits on. But again, I can handle it because with the EPS, when you buy it, it comes with an RMR adapter plate, and even with the plate, the height of the optic will still co-witness with most of your standard height irons. So I can forgive them for that. The second thing I don't like about it are these buttons right here. All right, so I was noticing that when I was carrying it, and then even when I was shooting it, especially when I sit down, that I was bumping these buttons. All right, so these buttons are easy to activate, unfortunately. I just don't like them. But Holosun, with their awesome features, have in there, as you can see, I'm going to hit the button and you're going to see the brightness doesn't change. Why? Because I was able to lock it out. So once you find the setting that you want, Holosun has a lockout feature. So you're going to tap on the plus button, hold it down for 3 seconds, and then the reticle will blink. Once you've done that, you have set it on the lockout mode. So I'll show you right here. It's on lockout. You can see I'm hitting the buttons and nothing's happening. So now I'm going to hold down on this plus for 3 seconds. And you see it blink. And now I can change the brightness again. All right, once I find the brightness I like, I hold it down for 3 seconds. It blinks, and now you're in lockout. So even though I don't like the buttons, all right, and I am activating them accidentally, Holosun, being as awesome as they are, have that lockout feature, so that's kind of a non-issue for me. Even though I don't like the buttons, I can handle them because I can lock out find the brightness setting that I like, and then lock that out. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.